Whoa, what the heck all exploded there? This is by far the most mammoth vehicle I have built to date. He's gonna die of dehydration. Oh no, not this stuff again! No! Hello, my name is Mike Aben and welcome to Season 1 of my KSP campaign. And at the conclusion of last episode, we left Verbry and her tourist up in orbit. We'll be getting back to them very shortly, but I want to take a quick look first in mission control, where I've deleted some of the contract packs, some of the ones that just, the field research one was being really glitchy, the giving aircraft purpose one, I got rid of that one too. I also got rid of, what was it, the clever sats. But although I just did it, so maybe I'm being a little bit impatient, so we'll wait, but I'm not seeing, other than these part testing contracts, I'm not seeing stock ones popping up to take their place. If I go to here? Oh, hang on, there's Explore the Moon. There it is. That I'm pretty sure is stock. I can't accept it because it's 7. Turn to Kerman from orbit of the moon. No? Yeah, okay, so that's a stock one. But it isn't in the list here. Maybe I need to come over here and look every once in a while. These are all part testing ones. Yeah, those I am trying to avoid. And these are ones that come with contract packs. Okie dokie. Well, hopefully, I'm particularly looking at those satellite insertion ones and the fly to waypoint ones. Or explore particular waypoints or land at particular waypoints. And rescue Kerbals, of course. We'll see. We'll see. Hopefully they'll start showing up. In the meantime, let's go get Verbry and her tourist. Oh, I forgot. They still got to be up here for another hour and 32 minutes. Oh, I guess I'll time warp. Put the camera on free because it looks better. It's going to take too long from here, probably. Oh, I won't make you watch it, but I'll watch it. Why don't I use this opportunity to talk about what else is coming up in this episode? I guess the main event is going to be the launch of the P1, by far my largest vehicle I have launched to date. It's going to be putting a couple of Kerbals up there into orbit with the plan of leaving them up there for 30 days. And with Kerbalism, I've not put anybody up into space for anywhere near that length of time, so hopefully I have learned enough about how Kerbalism works. Well, we'll have to see, won't we? So that'll be coming up very shortly in this episode. A couple of other missions coming up in this episode too. Got a bit of a bus tour. You'll be seeing that very quickly. I'll explain when we get to it. And as well, the Minmus 2. We're going to spend a bit of time in the VAB going over the design of this mission. It's going to be a lander. Going to land onto Minmus. And I also am going to take this opportunity to give a quick but sincere thanks to my patrons who help support this channel, help motivate me to put out an episode each and every week, if not 2 episodes a week sometimes. And if you would be interested in supporting this channel, it would definitely be appreciated. Link down there in the description. But in the meantime, I think Verbry and Tito are closing into a crucial point in this mission. Oh. Contract just completed there. So alarm clock is off. All we gotta do is recover Tito, which means get him down safely to the surface. So, and I'm pretty sure I don't have anything else. Nope, Weasley's still almost a day away. Alright, let's see here. Gonna turn on trajectories. It's on. Where is... oh, there we are. Oh, I'm sorry, it's going to be a night landing. This is currently nighttime at the KSC, but that's okay. I'd rather come in close than... Now, last time I did this, I did notice that we came a smidge short of our initial... yeah, we got lots of fuel. of our initial prediction from trajectories, but not much short. We'll pay some attention here. Again, I want to just land in the ocean around there. Let's see how this goes. So, start this. And this is what I noticed. As soon as trajectories kicks in, my frame rate just drops precipitously. I never used to notice it being as bad as this before. But what I think I shall do, it's clearly like suddenly it's having to do these calculations here to predict this thing, and you know, maybe I do need a new CPU. I don't know, but the frame rate just dropped dramatically. You can see even with this simple vessel, I'm in the yellow here as far as the processing stuff goes. So what I'm gonna do is just turn this off, and there you see, now we're back green again. So trajectory certainly does seem to gobble up the processing time. So I think once I am not using it directly, I think I'll just turn it off. I suspect a lot of that has to do with just doing all the atmospheric stuff. At least I hope so. Wait, how are we... Whoop, here we go. How are we doing here? All zeros. I don't think we need to watch this. Off. Okay. We are in the atmosphere, so we're going to stage. Whoa! What the heck all exploded there? Okay, keeping SAS on doesn't matter because we've lost reaction wheels. I can see my parachutes are still about. Wow, that was hardly a clean separation. I'm not sure what exploded, but I think we're all okay. This tumbling should hopefully settle itself out as it comes. As the atmosphere thickens up. Tito's still having fun. He doesn't want a refund. Oh, we're gonna go long. I'm gonna fire off these Separatrons. No, it's making a good prediction. Trajectories did a good job, but I'm gonna foil its prediction by just firing off these Separatrons right about now. That did a major slowdown. I think we're still gonna get in the water, but I like that. Alright, oh, let's parachutes. Arm those. Nice. There we go. Oh, I like this. I like this. Just off the water, just off the shore. Easy recovery for our rescue ships. Teeny tiny bit of science. Verbary is level 1, so is Tito, but of course we'll never see Tito again, so we don't care. What's our one message? Our contract is complete. Nice, 90,000 Kerb bucks. Let's actually check mission control. Wow, that is ambitious. And the investor tour. What's the investor tour? We've got a big opportunity to increase our cash flow. Some investors are looking to build a facility in space and would like a tour of the KSC. Unfortunately, due to Linus's clerical error, we have two competing investors waiting for a tour right now. We can't let the investors see each other. There's only time to give one investor the tour, so we'll have to pick which facility you want to build. Grab a spare rover out of the spaceplane hangar and give the chosen investor a tour. We do have spare rovers, right? Well, no, I don't. Give one or two competing investors a tour. Note the casino is significantly more difficult to build, but has a higher payoff. Oh, I am so... What is this? Well, it's just driving them around. The KSC. Right? Okay. Why not? I mean, I just gotta slap together a bit of a rover. There's not a lot going on in the spaceplane hangar. We'll see what happens. So, investor tour. So in order to do the investor tour, I need to build me a rover. Oh, there they are. I gotta pick them up. Oh, they're gonna be there for a while. So, I need a tour bus. Well, I guess any kind of simple rover will do. Now, thankfully, there isn't any time limit that's required to go pick those folks up. But I thought I would just make something, I don't know, kind of looks the part, at least a little bit. Something that you might use to ferry about a couple of VIPs, give them the executive tour. This thing's only going to take about 4 days to build, so you're going to see it a little later in this episode, so I don't need to spend, I think, too much time talking about it right now. In fact, really what you see is kind of what you get. I think it's pretty simple. So why don't we get past this, get ourselves to the launch of the P1. And we are off, and clearly this is by far the most mammoth vehicle I have built to date, but it is just a single stage to get our P1 into orbit, and it's being pushed by 3 of these Kodiak engines all clustered down here together. These are easily my most mammoth engine that I have, but it is not. By Kerbal standards, they're not mammoth. So pretty simple, really. I mean, what you see is what you got. It's got the 3 columns of fuel tanks. These are my biggest fuel tanks I've unlocked so far. Got the tri-coupler there, putting the 3 of them together. A little bit of strutting to keep it from wobbling too much. That's about it. There's a probe core and some reaction wheels tucked in that little service bay, but otherwise we're just going to let this thing ascend, let it do its job. Have I ever launched a single staged anything into space? I do not think I have, so this is a this seems atypical for what we've been seeing in this series. Perhaps a sign of bigger things to come. Oh, and I think I mentioned we're going into a polar orbit. If I didn't mention it, it's kind of obvious now. We're launching almost due south. We're going for a 90-degree inclination, and that is so we can perform crew reports over all of the biomes as we orbit around Kerman. But the contract actually is simply to be in space for 30 days. One thing I do want to build into my Ascent script, I got so many things I want to do as far as programming goes, finding the time to make those adjustments, is to start, like in a situation like this, turning down the throttle just a little bit so they're not pushing too many G's in the top part of this burn. To be honest, what was there wasn't so bad. But the Ascent script simply sets the throttle to full and then just goes for it. Well, I almost forgot to mention our crew. We got Bill along, and my only pilot yet to be at level 1, Colonel Valley Kerman. So both of these guys will go to level 1. And once again at 60 kilometers, we're going to stage the fairing and deploy deployables. There we go. And there we go. We're opening up the door. Antenna opened up there. Oh, I wonder why this one didn't open. I guess I don't know if there's anything in there. I don't think there is. Just a battery and a probe core. There's nothing we need to look at. Ah, we'll keep it open anyway. I don't know. I like open doors. So our inclination is now at about 88 degrees. We'll pull it over to 90 during our circularization. Another thing to add is to have the maneuver or the Ascent script do the entire insertion as well. That will be a nice day. Okay, that's pretty good. Alright, let's stage. And like you've seen with my last couple of boosters here, this does have, well, it has 578 meters per second left. Oh, and it can turn. The only reaction wheels I put on this thing are in that probe body. So it is turning ever so slowly. But that's okay, there's no rush. Meanwhile, Valley and Bill are making a getaway. Look at that cluster of engines on the bottom. I love a pile of engines all clustered together. I only put 3 parachutes on there. I never tested to see if it's enough. We'll find out. And the only reason I use 3 parachutes is because of the 3-way symmetry that's inherent to this design. Oh, we are drifting. There is no... there is no gimbling on these engines. Oh, dearie dear. I expected to get control once I fired up the engines, or get better control and be able to lock it onto the retrograde vector, but I forgot that there's no gimbling in those engines, so control doesn't improve because those engines are firing. Okay, here we go. And out of fuel. Alright, well, I think this might recover. We'll see. We'll get a message back a little bit letting us know, but in the meantime, we best get back to our boys in the P. There we go. And now they got to stay up here for 30 days, so we're going to be saying goodbye to them for a little while. Hopefully, we'll not have to intercede on anything. I put some thought, obviously, into life support. But this is the other than the 4 hours we just saw. I think this is the longest we've ever, definitely the longest. I don't think I've had anybody up for over a day yet. So this is going to be a little while. Now, one thing I can do that I've not done yet is we can do EVA reports. So let's get Bill to do ourselves an EVA. There he is. And we will do an EVA report. It's going to take a couple of minutes, so hopefully Bill should be okay. I know it's tempting to really go flying. Oh, he doesn't have any mono... Oh my gosh! Don't let go, Bill! He has no monopropellant because I don't think there's any monopropellant on this vehicle. There's no monopropellant in these roundish command capsules, and there's no monopropellant here. And what Kerbalism does is you don't get your EVA propellant for free. So when you EVA, the EVA propellant is the monopropellant from your ship. And if you start to run out of monopropellant on the ship, then there's no EVA propellant. So Bill, do not let go, whatever you do. There's something to think about. Holy jumpins. Didn't even think about that. Okay, where we got here? We still got another minute, so we can do a little bit of time warping. Can't time warp more than one when someone's hanging on, so we'll just have to do this el natural. Bill can put on his lights. Oh, they don't do much. Alright, hang on there, Bill. Wow. Whoops. Now, I am also noticing inventory. I'm wondering if there's some... Bill should have a wrench on him. I'll have to look. I have not played with Kerbal Inventory System and Kerbal Attachment System, but I'm noticing... Do I have a button for looking at his inventory? Inventory. There it is. He's got his wrench in case he needs to do any repairs. So that's going to be tricky getting around the ship if he needs to. He actually has to let go. And we have our KIS for Dummies book, which is awesome. Like if we... Oh, you have to actually... What do? You right-click, you're going to read it. And it's just a PDF viewer. But it's the manual. I don't know, I think that's really clever, that the manual is built right into the game. Your Kerbals have a book, and they can read said book. I'm really hoping Bill won't have to do any repairs, because that could get really tricky. Okay, he's done his EVA report. We're going to board. Stuff you don't think about. Board. Alright. So, under data now, we have an EVA report space low. It's not biome specific. By default, actually, in Kerbalism it is, but I made a change so that crew reports are biome specific, but EVAs aren't. And also, you have a limited number. Do we have resources here? Every time, I only have one more EVA. I thought I had more EVAs than that. Okay, I only have one more EVA available. This is because there's no airlock on a small capsule like this. So when Bill had to do his EVA, he had to evacuate, get all the air out of the capsule. And then when Bill came back in, of course, you had to repressurize the capsule, and that uses up nitrogen, which is one of your resources. There it is there. And I only have enough nitrogen left for one more EVA, apparently. I thought I could do 6, but clearly I can only do 1. So once that is all transmitted away, which is being transmitted right now, I might as well just let it go. Here, let's turn this so that the solar panels are nicely exposed. These guys are just going to do the odd crew report. Because of being in a polar orbit, they're going to get the tundra, they're going to get ice caps, they're going to get the ice shelves, stuff like that. And but otherwise, we're just going to leave them to their own devices. Should check in on them every once in a while here. Let's set up an alarm. Add an alarm. P1. 30 days. Oh my gosh. They're going to be done. Oh, okay. We'll see you folks later, I suppose. Alright, let's turn off Kerbalism. Oh, I got a message here. Stage recovered. That big-ass stage was recovered. It was going a little fast, and it was far from the KSC. I only got 17.5%, so more parachutes might be a good idea. And also, you can time it so that you can put yourself down near the KSC, which I clearly didn't bother doing. Has a value of 15,000 curb bucks, but I only recovered 2.7 thousand curb bucks. I can do a better job than that. We have an empty bay in our VAB, so we should be able to do some more. Now, what I got? Build an orbital station. I'm gonna wait a little. Whoa! I didn't want to do that. Put those back. I'm gonna wait on that one. Oh no! Type station. I believe it needs to have a. Oh my gosh, can I just change the type of that vessel, like just the P1 to a station? Will that satisfy this contract? No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be good. Okay, I'm not going to call it a station unless it has the hitchhiker can on it. How about that? I'm not going to call them a station. They're not a station. Okay, the investor tour is being taken care of. Advanced piloting is the 45 degree inclination change. I got an idea for this to maybe do it on the cheap, but I want to see how something else turns out first. I'll get to that. So that one's on hold for a little bit. A remote Kerman docking. That's not a bad idea to do that with a probe. If if they had a docking port on that P1, I would actually build something to bring them some monoprop. But I don't have a docking port on there because I screwed up. I do have the man-moon orbit. I have a vessel being built for that. And that's all. The Minmus landing. Minmus landing is what we're going to take a look at. So, we just need to land anywhere on the surface and transmit some data. That shouldn't be too difficult. So we'll obviously start with our Probodyne probe. We're also going to need some science. With the probe body, I configured 2 experiments. The telemetry report, which is biome specific on the surface, and I hope to be able to do some hop to some different biomes. Minmus, that's pretty easy to do, so I think we should be able to do that. And also the site experiment, which I still have to perform in low space around Minmus. I haven't been in low space for too long, just blew by it really quickly. Also added on a thermometer and the Geiger counter, and that's the only science I have that I can use. The barometer doesn't work without an atmosphere with Kerbalism installed. What else do we need on you? We're going to need some solar in a little bit. We're going to need some batteries. I actually do have, wonder of wonders now, I actually do have the Z200 batteries. That's nice. We also need a KOS computer thingy. Be fine. I need solar. Solar. I mean, I do now have the deployable ones, but actually I kind of still, I like these SCANsat ones. Tilted them about 45 degrees because they will be sitting on the surface. Let's see, we have just over 2 kilometers per second to delta V. Should be able to do a few hops with that. And it's only 690 about kilograms. Oh my gosh, and it's quick to build too. It's only 3.5 days to build just this piece of it. So this is the Minmus 2. Okay, let's slap on an appropriate booster. And I think I already know which one it's going to be. So we are at 690 kilograms. The Hammer R2. Oh my gosh, same freaking booster all the time. Yep, nobody else is appropriate. Hello, my friend. Gonna stick you in there. There we go. Gonna rebuild this fairing a bit. Yeah, definitely have to expend the fairing. And I have every faith in this booster, so once I had this fairing rebuilt, into the building queue it went, and it's only going to take a little over 4 days, so you're going to see it launch in the not too distant future, but we do have some other things to get to, so with some time warping to get to our next build. But it was then that I began to notice, well, radiation warnings for the P1. This might not be good. So the P1 has only been up for a day. Let me get this up. There it is. Only been up for a day, just over a day. But I keep getting these radiation warnings. The radiation's always up, already up to 3%. And 3% times 30 is 90% if I just kept going with the... Yeah, which I can't allow. And that's because as they... Here, let's take a look at their orbit. This polar orbit idea might not have been a good one. Here, let's just focus on them. Oops. That way. There we go. So they're in this polar orbit, but if we... I don't know if it really shows. There's what we're looking at. If we take a look at this, this is the one of our radiation belts, and of course it dips down at the poles. So we get these high radiation areas here and down here, and every time our vessel is coming across the poles, which of course is twice in orbit. No, orbit's only, I don't know what, 15 minutes or sorry, about maybe half an hour. Yeah, so every 15 minutes or so they're getting a little dose of radiation. So I got to decide how long to keep them up for. I'd like to get all those crew reports done. We'll see how it goes, but it turned out that that wasn't the only curveball Kerbalism had ready for me. Oh, these guys are dehydrated. Oh, nuts. That ain't fair. That's not fair at all. Nuts. Are these guys like about to die? They're rendering and they're sitting right there, but somebody go out and get them a drink of water. He's gonna die of dehydration Oh my gosh, before my tour bus has got 2 hours to go. If you can hang on for 2 hours. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's oh, I've got a lot of Kerbals in some trouble. P1, right, yeah, that's fine. Okay, wait. I might be able to pull this off. Alright, the tour bus is done. Oh, how's what's his name? There's a lot of consonants in there. He is at 75% dehydration. Drinking problem. He has a drinking problem. Okay, we're not going to wait till morning. We're giving them the royal treatment. Jeb and Val are going to go out and get them. Oh, the tour bus is going to run out of electricity. Because, of course, this is solar powered. We have limited batteries because I wasn't anticipating that we would do this at night. Okay. We're not even going to turn the lights on. I'm sorry. Because we really do need to conserve electricity. Maybe I can get them and get them in there. And get them some water? I don't know. Can you transfer water between... I mean... Val and Jeb have all the water they need. Couldn't they give them a drink? I don't know if you could transfer resources between the Kerbals. We're gonna find out, though. And we'll wait for the sun to come up. Who is this one? Let's get to Thrompfnvi first here, because he's the one that... For some reason, he's dehydrated, but he is not, and I don't understand why. It might be that he was closer to the launch pad when I did my last launch, and so he rendered. That must be it. Okay, VIP's aboard. Alright, so we'll get you aboard here. You're all geared up for the drive. Board you. Alright, now. Oh, he's behind, I can't. Okay, whatever. Let's take his helmet off. Remove helmet. Now. Am I still getting Kerbalism warnings about... Yeah, see here. He is still 75% dehydrated. But they must be sharing water now. Like they're all in this. These are all in the same vehicle. I think they're sharing water. Oh, let's hope so. Alright, we got here without a problem anyway. So even if we can run out of electricity, we can still sort of sit here. Alright, who we got here? This is Cambald. Far less consonants in his name. All aboard. Alright. And remove his helmet. Looking good, okay. Looks like I can scroll. No, I can't. Can I? Yeah, you can. Oh, here we go. Get us. There we go. Now we got all four. That's what I want to see. Okay. Let's time warp till morning. I don't think I have anything pressing coming up. Other than getting... Oh, relax! It just said he's enjoying some drinks now that he's aboard. So good. Good. Nobody's gonna die of thirst while they're sitting in the backseat of a car. Okay, we got to watch our electricity. Is our electricity now increasing? It's just beginning. Yes, there we go. Okay. That's good enough. Now let's get our contract and figure out what we're doing here. So, this is the tour bus contract. We're doing our investor tour, and we have to choose one of these. And I remember reading something about the casino being of a higher, for whatever reason, a higher esteem to have a casino. And come on, to have a choice between going to just a hotel or a casino. Casino's a hotel plus more. So we got to visit the spaceplane hangar, the administrative building, the astronaut complex, research and development, and the vehicle assembly building, and the tracking station. And, well, we might as well do them in that order, I suppose. Well, actually, it looks like it's the same list for both, so I don't know how this is going to play out. We'll find out. Maybe I was only supposed to pick up one of them. Okay, you know what? Let's pause for a second here. Is complete any one of the following. So I think I am maybe messing this up by having both these two on here. So we're gonna, the casino is Campbell. We're gonna, now that Tom Fee has had his drink, we're gonna boot him. You're on your own. Bye bye. Okay, now. Have I gotten... Oh, now it's green spaceplane hangar. See that? Okay. We're good. So the problem was I had both of them. Notice the one written in all uppercase here, so... Yeah. Reading. It's a special skill of mine. Okay, administrative building. Ho! Administrative building. We're doing the tour. Do-do-do. Watch the bumps in the road. There we are. Okay. Administrative building. Onwards. And of course we just visited the rest of the buildings on our list. And I think we are going to have to take a look at the P1. I don't think this 30 days in orbit's going to work for us. But we finished off our mission here with the tracking station. Jebediah. Oh, there we go. Okay, just had to crash into something. Alright, we're done. So we did that. Contract complete. Edit the mission. Let's delete this mission. Move that. Alright. Let's, you know what, just because we're nice, we'll go pick up our wayward VIP and then recover. Why is Campbell all static-icky? Oh, contract's complete. Maybe technically he doesn't exist anymore. That's funny. We don't care about you. There must be some funniness with... Oh, and Campbell is a scientist for some reason. I don't know why. I like my car. I mean, the parts are limited, especially the little tiny rover wheels being the only rover wheels that I have. But it's functional for getting around the KSC. And think about those folks in the P1. I really do want to finish off those crew reports. I can get up into high space too. I mean, it's not like the radiation danger is imminent. I'll have to think about exactly how long I'm going to leave them up there for. But anyway, here we are. Alright. Time to get you back in. Oh, no nearby objects to focus on. You are a ghost, my friend. Can I really not switch to... That is so funny. I can't even switch to him. He doesn't exist. Okay. let's recover. We'll recover this with the spaceplane hangar recovery, because, you know, I don't know, might find a use for this vehicle again. So recover active vehicle. Oh no, not this stuff again! No! Oh my gosh! Okay. Just recover. You might recall that happened once before. Hopefully we didn't take any damage there. That was explosions all over the place. Okay, we got the vehicle back. That's fine. Nothing's on fire. Hey, I got over 90 science. That's a new node. Let's just have like decent react. Oh, the advanced inlines, the 1.25 meter reaction wheels. That would be kind of nice, but I think I'm gonna grab that hitchhiker can if I can find out where it was. There it is. Hitchhiker can and ladders and stuff. What else is in? A lot of storage containers. Storage tanks. Big service module. Yeah. Yeah, let's grab that. That's going to be 5.5 days to research space exploration. That's going to be a big step towards the goal of this season, which is, of course, a permanent Kerbal presence in space. But that's going to all have to be for future episodes. In the meantime, I thank you for watching and hope to see you again next time.